Hello, art people. We are starting a new lesson today called Negative Space, Papel, Picado Inspired, or Paper Cutting, Papel, Picado Inspired. It's going to look a little bit something like this, but smaller. All right, so the first thing that we need are our reference images. So now let's all look through these. So these are Papel Picados. Here's some information about them. And here's some examples. These are half of them because we're going to be folding our tissue paper in half. So I'm just showing you half of it because it will duplicate on the other side. So here's half of one, here's half of one. So these are just some design ideas. There's also Chinese paper cutting traditionally as well, and this is information about that. And also a lot of people make snowflakes out of paper during the winter time. So that's another paper cutting activity. So if you wanted to do that in your paper cutting activity, you can. And again, these are just halves because we're going to fold our paper in half and we're just going to be cutting out half. And then we open it and it's the full thing. Okay. And then lastly, here's just some ideas, some symmetrical shapes that, again, you can cut. You're going to draw half of whatever shapes you want. And then when you open it, it will be doubled. Okay. Now, the next thing we need is a piece of tissue paper. And we are actually going to be drawing with a crayon. If we were to draw with a pencil, you might accidentally push too hard and tear the tissue paper because it's more fragile. So we're going to use a crayon instead. Now what we're going to do is fold our paper in half. So you want the corners to like high five each other. So just fold it over and make the corners meet as best as you can. And then fold it. Okay. Now there's an open side and a closed side. We're going to be drawing on the closed side. So this is where our reference images come into play. So if you like this shape, you can draw that. You can do any shape you want. You can do a snowflake shape if you want to. I'm going to do some of these shapes back here. And again, you're going to draw on the closed side. So if I want this to match my reference, I can just turn it like this. And now this is my closed side. So now you can get your crayon. Make sure you're on the closed side. And you can draw some half shapes. So I'm going to do half a heart. You can do half a rectangle. Or that ended up being like a trapezoid. And you want them to kind of be spaced apart. You can make up a shape that's not real. So you're going to want about 4 shapes spread out. Okay. Then you can put your crayon back in the box. Now what you guys are going to do is just simply cut. You're going to keep it closed and cut on your crayon lines. It doesn't have to be perfect. Notice how I didn't cut right on the crayon line. It's not a big deal. It's just to guide us. You have to cut the whole thing out. Keep a little pile with your trash. Okay. So once you've cut out your shapes, you still have your little trash pile here. You can just keep it. We're not done yet working on our trash pile. And now what we're going to do is fold it again. Like this. And then we're going to do some more shapes. So any kind of shapes that you want. I'm going to do half of a butterfly here. Maybe half of a star. be just a curve. Okay, and again, you want them to be spread out. Okay, and now you can cut these out. And this is on the closed side. It won't work. It won't double the picture if it's not on the closed side instead of the open side. Okay, good. And you open that and you can see that it doubled them. Okay, now what we're going to do is if you open up all the way, you will see that the sides are just straight. And if you want them to stay straight, that's fine. But if you look at our reference images, you'll see that sometimes they have some curves on the side or some kind of like petal shapes on the side. These have zigzags on the side. So we'll do that now. So you can just fold it again. And we're going to draw, make sure the corners are lined up. And then you can either draw zigzags or a wavy line or just some like sideways letter U lines, whatever type of lines you want to do. I'm going to do these. And it can be different on each side. It doesn't have to be the same all the way around. And you want this line that you're drawing to be far enough away from your pictures that or your designs that you've cut out so that they stay separated and it looks nicer and cleaner. You can put your crown away, and now you can cut out the sides. And if you decide that this part is too frustrating for you, you can change your mind. Or you can choose to persevere and keep going even though it's hard, because you can do hard things. But if that makes you frustrated and you would like to change your mind, you're always allowed to change your mind. It's your choice. But it is a little tricky to do these little shapes. So what we're going to do is we're going to be gluing this, our tissue paper onto our construction paper. Okay, good. So what we're going to do, you can open this up, and you're not going to glue on your construction paper. You're going to put a little bit of glue on your tissue paper. Okay, so open this, and we're not going to pour it. We're just going to get some glue and just brush it around, and you don't have to do the entire thing. Just a little bit here and there. See, I'm just doing like little lines. There. That's perfect. Okay, close this. And then you guys can flip it over. And kind of press it down on your artwork there. Okay? Okay, and now use your crayon. We don't need to get a pencil out. Just use your crayon. And then if you can flip this up a little bit, or even if you can't, write your name, the bottom right corner where we always write our name, and your class, which is 2 because you're in 2nd grade, and the first letter of your teacher's last name. Okay. And that is it for this lesson. Good job, you guys. See you in the next one.